Hi guys, how are you? I started surfing when I was in the transition between 6 to 7 years old. I always liked the ocean, but even before that, before I come to the ocean, my parents live on a ranch, so I never actually got to see water. When my parents moved here when I was like 3 years old, 3 years old, I was very stoked to see the ocean, but every time they induced me a lot of fear. Don't come to the ocean. You can get eaten by a shark. I think at the time they see a lot of shark movies.
But you went anyway.
Yeah, but I was like 15 years old. My mama bought it for me actually. It was a 5'9". We didn't have no money. My mom worked. My dad left when I was 12 years old. So it was a hard time, to get a board, and my mama got it for me.
Yeah.
She bought it for me. I was watching a lot of my friends surfing here. They were bigger guys than I. It was Regis, a friend from here, Registro. Regis was one of the best. The Cadenas brother, Tigre, Cale Carranza, Montes. It was like four guys. I always see them surf, And after that, outside the world, Ross Williams. I always have power for surf. I always like his power. When I went to Puerto Escondido in 2002, and I saw all those waves that I always watch in videos, it was like dream come true. I was there only for like 2 weeks, and at that time when I first saw the waves, I was like, damn, I want to come back here longer. Everybody was afraid.
Yeah.
And I was more like stoked than afraid. I just grabbed the board and
awesome.
just paddle out.
Yeah. Was that your first time in big waves like that?
It was the first time in big waves actually in Puerto. Yeah. At that time I want to come back here for sure. I want to come back more. And along the years, I spent so much time there. So at that time, I thought bands was starting to come in Mexico through another professional surfer, Raúl Oyola, big icon of surfing in Mexico. And he comes up to me and he's like, hey Gato, you know what, I think bands is starting to come in Mexico, and they want riders, and we were thinking about you. So anyways, I started talking for 6 months. After 7 months, finally they want me to go to Puerto Escondido. With bands, I think I did most of my career with them.
Yes.
They basically, I compete in the first X Games in Puerto Escondido. I got to see tons of pro surfers there. I was the youngest guys in my team, in the Malaguas, in the Tiburones team actually, where we won our team back in the day. So I was right on the moment, back. I made it. I did some nationals. I got to represent Mexico on the ISA surfing game in Panama. In Santa Catalina, just recently. Back in the days, I was selected also to represent Mexico in South Africa. I went to El Salvador for a 4-star event, the ASP event. I compete tons in Puerto Escondido for the big events with the big guys. I went to Guatemala for the Panamericanos in 2007. Costeño means actually a guy that lives in the coast. For me, I figure that no matter how how beautiful. I explained how it's a feel to ride a barrel, how it's a feel to ride a wave. It will never come out the way that I feel it. So for me, it was more like I wanna show you through my own experiences what is it. One day, this old lady, and she wanted to surf. She wanted to surf, but she was like 70, 76, 77. But she really wanted to try it so much, and she's like, oh, I want to surf. Before I die, I want to surf. And I got goosebumps even, you know, from that. So for me, it was a big responsibility taking that lady out in the water. You know? Third try, she stood up, and she turns around and look at me. I can see her eyes, like pure joy, pure happiness. For 1 second, I was like, whoa! It makes it all worth it, you know, it was all worth it. But just that look, she turns, and just that look that she gave me, that moment, it just means so much to me. Welcome to Sayulita. Anytime you want to go surfing, and also I want to share that if you do what you love to do, if you have a goal for something in your life, always follow your goals. You know, tomorrow we never know. We might end up leaving this world, and with that, not anger, but just wanted it to do so much things. That's why I make sure I do everything in the moment and not think too much about the future.